So, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining our webinar today. A very big welcome to you all. Before we begin our webinar, I would just like to take a couple of minutes to introduce our team. Those who have been on a webinar before, we have conducted these webinars almost every Wednesday except the last Wednesday of the month. Most of you must be knowing us. This is our amazing team here, the training camp coaches, that's what we call. We are being called, and we are here to enable you to grow your VMware business and also help you with any technical pre-sales technical support that you may require. So do leverage our support here to grow your business for VMware. And to compile this entire support together, we created this group called Training Camp. And as I just mentioned, we have webinars and huddles conducted through this training camp almost every Wednesday. All the huddles and webinars are recorded, including this one, and you will be able to find them in the links under our training camp module under the VMware section of Tech Data website. So besides our training camp module, we also have something called M-Bytes that's been specially created for you. It is a Tech Data exclusive app. You can find it under Google Play Store or Apple Store. Please go and download the app, take advantage of it. It's got some quick bites for you, quick information to keep it handy, tips for you on hand, so you can download it, use it on your cell phone or any device that you're going to carry into a meeting if you want some quick information about VMware. And having said that, I would like to invite our guest today. We're having a special guest, Kaspersky. We're having Barry Beckner on our team today, who's going to speak to us about the benefits of integrating Kaspersky with vSphere or VMware. So I would like to welcome Barry and have him take on the webinar.
All right,
hey,
well,
Barry.
thank you. Yeah, I'm here. All right,
yeah,
I just need to...
I'm just gonna pass the presentation to you.
Wait a minute. All right, I don't know. Can you see it? Can you see the presentation?
Not yet. We'll be able to see it just now.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go.
It's flashing out. All right, so I guess I'm having a... Hang on a second. Stand by. Trying to share it with the right screen here.
Yeah, that's what everyone's talking about here. Yeah,
yeah.
saying the same thing. So now we know who you support.
I'm telling you. Let me move it over here. It's popping onto my second screen.
Mhm.
All right, guys, you can see that, right?
Yeah, we can see that.
Okay, but the only problem is you're not getting the... I need to share the other screen. Let me see.
You can move this one to the other screen.
Yeah, can you guys see it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, well, let's try to get started now.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, everybody can see this?
Yeah, we can see
Okay.
that.
All right. Well, like I said, thanks for coming onto the webinar this afternoon. What I'm going to present today is Kaspersky Security for Virtualization. This will be an overview of the solution and their features that should be easily digestible for all of you. All right, so let's get started. And obviously, you can see this screen here that shows the growth of malware attacks. And as you see from this chart, cybercrimeware does not stand still. It's constantly evolving. The people creating this stuff are not 16-year-olds in their parents' houses anymore. These are well-trained cyber corporations that systematically attack locations and vectors to get the information they desire or for political reasons. So as a result, the malware threat is growing exponentially, and IT environments, physical and virtual alike, are at risk. The growth is both due to malware created and increased number of vectors for cyber criminals to attack, vectors like mobile devices and in virtual environments as well. Most IT managers will tell you it's common sense that they protect their virtual environments. If you said, are you protecting your physical servers or laptops? Oh, of course we are. We have to have some security for that. But there seems to be a sort of a gap between that logic and the logic when it comes to virtualized environments. All right, so there's a number of popular misconceptions when it comes to virtual environments that you'll run into when you're talking to IT professionals about security. One of the questions or things they might believe, they'll say virtual environments are more secure than physical environments. But that's not really true. Malware attacks don't distinguish between physical or virtual PCs. And that sort of feeds into the next misconception, is that cyber criminals don't specifically target virtual machines. And here's an example right here. The Moorcut, the first Trojan specifically targeted and mounting itself to virtual machines, was identified in 2012. So what you can see is this line of thinking is, actually there's one more here, that malware can't survive decommissioning. You'll hear this a lot where they'll say, well, if I find something, I'll just take down the VM and recreate it with an image, and that'll take care of the problem. But there are some examples of malware like Conflicker that can jump from VM to VM and from host to host. So these misconceptions, you'll hear a lot of them out there, and this line of thinking is similar to the rise of the mobile device and the IT managers trying to keep up with the BYOD and those devices connecting into their environment. And the first line of thinking there was, well, there really is no need for security. They're not being attacked. But then the attack started coming on the Android platform and so forth, and then it became an issue, something they had to deal with. So while there may be things going on with the virtual environments, the reasons are the same. With virtualization, the customers have made a significant investment to increase efficiency. So investing in VMware, there's a cost associated with it. The cost of that efficiency many times has to be aggregated over a period of time before that savings is realized. So then you go in there and you say, well, now I need you to secure that environment, and you're asking the customer to add a security solution that ultimately decreases the very efficiency and density they invested in, and increases the complexity and stretches the time frame before they realize those savings. An interesting stat from a Forrester survey that came out is that 53% of virtual environments have no security. So that's over half are unsecure. So what are the choices? Well, the first choice you might run into out there is no security at all. But that's not really an option. Ultimately, as virtualization grows exponentially, these cyber criminals, they're very good. They're not, like I said before, they're not, somebody just messing around. These people are very well trained, and if the information resides in virtual environments, they're going to find a way to get to it. So the model that most people used was the traditional agent-based model, and a lot of people are still using that today because that's what was available out there. And it can provide powerful security for virtual systems, but the cost in terms of performance for this type of security is pretty big when it comes to virtualization, because they were not made with virtualized environments in mind. Another option is the agentless solution. So this is what Kaspersky offers, is an agentless solution. Usually when I mention that, the eyebrow kind of goes up, and the person will say, okay, well, I need to know a little bit about that, because they realize that the traditional-based agent is really hitting their efficiency. And then the last option is a light agent option, and this is something that Kaspersky also provides. So we'll talk a little bit about these. All right, so the first thing is the traditional agent-based, and this is primarily what's out there now. So again, this involves loading an agent onto each individual VM. And the problem you run into with that approach is obviously redundancy, load on the VMs, except things like AV storms, instant on gaps, and all these things I'll talk a little bit more about. But there's a lot of problems associated with the agent-based solution. One of the main things being, but not limited to, the hit on efficiency, which again, we got to go back to the very reason they decided to virtualize, was to increase efficiency. And then to load a security solution on that takes that efficiency away is really why the mindset of I don't need anything is there. All right, so talking a little bit about the features of the agentless solution. So Kaspersky Security for virtualization is structured specifically for virtual environments, specifically for VMware environments. Designed to optimize performance, runs smoothly and efficiently with no duplication and redundancies, and conserving machine consolidation ratios. So that's essentially what virtualization is all about. It's managed together with Kaspersky Security for Business Protection Solutions. So in those instances, you have both physical and virtual nodes out there. You can manage both from a single pane of glass, single security center. So you can have different groups, virtualized groups, mobile device groups, and your traditional physical items all within the same single pane of glass. You don't have to have multiple centralized consoles to manage those. Because the product uses Kaspersky Labs anti-malware security technology based around superior threat intelligence and provides high level of anti-malware protection. The ongoing threat protection is supported in real time by cloud-based intelligence from Kaspersky Security Network, so it is cloud supported. So how does this work? All right, so the agentless solution is installed and operated in under an hour. There's no reboot required for the installation. It eliminates the excessive resource consumption. It eliminates the update storms. Anyone who's dealt with a traditional security agent solution will be familiar with these type of things. But these are all big concerns, as well as the instant on gaps, and then provides for that higher VM density, which is what everybody's trying to achieve. All right, so the Kaspersky for virtualization agent is designed in conjunction with vShield, vCloud, and vSpace technologies, using VMware technology to communicate directly with the virtual machine instead of installing an agent. All security activity takes place only once on a single security virtual appliance, so there's no duplication of data or scanning update activity. The combination of once-only activity and no agent results in the lightest possible footprint. So there's more processor, storage, and I/O capacity available to create more VMs. Machine density is optimized, and the virtual system delivers the best possible return on investment. So essentially what we're doing here is we're creating an SVA, security virtual appliance, and what that will do is it will essentially scan all the traffic going in and out of the VMs. Only that appliance requires a database update. So what that means is if you have a VM offline and it has to be fired up, it comes online. With traditional models, there's going to be a gap there, whether it's with patches or with the virus signature update, and you have a risk there. Or it will kick off a scan and update, which then prevents that VM from coming online immediately. With the agentless solution for Kaspersky, there is no, it comes online immediately. There is no delay. So you don't have instant on gaps, and it's 100% protected because, again, that virtual appliance has the most updated signature database in it. All right. In addition, you don't have multiple databases of virus signatures sitting on all the different VMs taking up resources. Again, everything flows through the SVA from all the individual virtual machines. All right. So in addition to the agentless solution, there's also a light agent option. So you might say, okay, well, Barry, you've got an agentless solution. That sounds great and wonderful and fantastic. Why would you need a light agent? You just told me you don't want an agent on anything. Now you have this solution that is a light agent. The reason why we have a light agent option as well is because the light agent, while not adding any additional impact from the agentless, because of the way we've configured this, provides additional features. So you'll see some of the features listed here: the vulnerability monitoring, the application control, web control, the advanced heuristics. All of these things are added. You can basically at that point access into the memory and file level of the VM. All right, so the same as the agentless solution, the centralized security activity takes place in the SVA. So again, only that database needs to be updated. There's no instant on gaps, all of those things. So there's no duplication of data or scanning update activity. The lightweight agent for each of the machines Also allows the additional features I talked about, the application control, whitelisting, and so on. So the light agent configure can provide multi-layer security right down to the machine level while retaining performance and efficiency of the agentless solution. So if you want those system management, if you want those additional controls and additional access into those VMs, the light agent would be an option for you to go that direction. All right, so that kind of leads into the licensing. So the way Kaspersky is set up as far as licensing goes, and there's kind of two messages here. I just talked about the light agent and the agentless. Both of these are ultimately the customer's choice. It's a single SKU. So when they purchase virtualization, either per machine, which I'll talk about, or per core, it will allow them to have both options. So if they decide that in part of their environment, within that cluster, they would like to run the light agent to have those additional features, they can do it. If they want to have the agentless for another cluster, they can run that within the same single console, within the same environment. The VMware licensing is per machine, so that's going to be either per server or VDI, or you have a license per core model, which is better for your larger data centers or your infrastructure as a service, end users, that type of thing. It allows for the flexibility of when you have fluctuating VM counts. All right, and then you have the multi-platform that I talked about. Essentially, when you come to the Kaspersky team here at Tech Data or engage with Kaspersky, and you say, okay, I need this virtualization solution and I need the agentless, when you purchase it, you again have the choice. It's no extra cost. It's not a different SKU. It's your choice whether to deploy the light agent, the agentless, or both. The only difference we have here is it's either licensed per VM, server or VDI, or we license per core. Those are the only differences in the SKU. Once you get out there and you download, it's your choice as to which option you want to run. All right, so I talked about the solution as far as KSV solution for virtualization VMware environments, but talk about the benefits as far as Kaspersky and selling their solution. So, you've got a solution that right now I can tell you from seeing the orders, seeing the activity has explosive growth. It's very, very popular because of the fact that it's agentless. It's a huge growth product for us right now. But the back end of that is, okay, well, how do I make money from this? Obviously it's an investment for your end user and an investment in you learning the technology as well. So I'm just kind of looking at this list here. The first thing I did want to mention is that Kaspersky is 100% channel. All right, well, why is that important? That's important because it allows you to truly team up with the Kaspersky reps for the different territories. What it means is that you don't have to worry about them taking your deals direct or doing anything like that. You can engage with them, get on the phone with the customer, do proof of concepts, do trials, engage with the systems engineers fully, and so that you don't have to know everything about this solution down to the nuts and bolts. They're there to assist you. So you have that team there that you can engage with and not have the worry that I don't want to give too much information to them because I'm worried about them going direct with my deal. The second thing is deal registration at Kaspersky. You get up to 45% off, but I will tell you that when it comes to being competitive, Kaspersky will meet budgets and do things like that. So they're not going to be they're not going to lose a deal over price, I guess is what I'm trying to say. The next thing is the SPIF bonuses. They do have very, very attractive back-end SPIF bonuses. KSV has a particular bonus that offers up to 5 points on your deals. Free enterprise software for your own use, so partners that sign up for the Kaspersky Partner Program takes about 5 minutes online. There's no commitment of revenue. There's no certifications required. Once you sign up, you'll get an email of your approval access to the partner portal, and at that point, you will be eligible to get the Kaspersky, whether it's our traditional agent model or all this KSV I talked about. It's all available to partners for free. Out at that portal, they also have customizable marketing material. So all the things I talked about, there's brain shark videos and marketing material that you can wrap your logos around and use to present to your customers. In addition to that, it's battle cards against all of the competitors. So any other solutions out there that would be competitive with Kaspersky, there are direct battle cards, third-party reviews of our solution against theirs. That's all available. Live weekly demos, both the traditional agent model and the virtualization. There's live demos of those from a systems engineer every week. They're great to put customers on. It's great for the partners to go out there and learn about the technology and ask questions. We found that the close rate actually goes up to 80% higher when you put a customer onto the live webinars. And then the last thing I wanted to mention was there are no certification requirements for the product that I just talked about. You can start selling this today. So you don't have to go invest in certifications or pay for training or anything like that. It is available, obviously highly recommended for free once you sign up as a partner, but it's not required. You could request a quote from me today, and we could get you that quote. In fact, we did have a partner that we reached out to for this webinar, and they immediately came back and said, I need a couple of quotes, in which I helped them register the deal, get what they needed, and we quoted the opportunities out for them. So, in a nutshell, pretty quick, pretty high-end overview. But down there is my contact information. You can get a free evaluation copy of this. So if you want to take this solution, download it, kick it around, and see what it's all about, that's available to you. My email address is on there, the Kaspersky team at techdata.com. My phone number's on there. So if you need anything, a trial, more information, some clarification, we've got a whole team here that does nothing but Kaspersky all day long. So now I just wanted to open it up if there's anybody's got any questions for me. Anyone?
Barry, I can see the line still muted. Give me a moment. I'm going to
Okay.
unmute the lines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you on?
Yes, everyone's unmuted, so if you guys have any questions, please go ahead.
It seems like we're good to go.
Yep, right.
Okay. Yeah. Did you want to? I know we had the cards. I don't know if you wanted to mention that as well.
Yeah, so we're going to be announcing 4 winners. Actually, I wanted to do it during the webinar, but it seems like a lot of the attendees are actually on a phone call. They've joined the teleconference. So we're going to be announcing 4 winners. We're going to have a draw from the attendees, and everyone's going to know. We're going to send an email to everyone as to who the winners are. So by this evening, wait for the surprise.
All right. Well, I appreciate everybody the time today and joining the webinar. Again, my contact info is on there. Please reach out if you have any questions whatsoever about the Kaspersky Partner Program, this product, or anything. Thank you.
Thank you.